best doggone place to buy a car.
I think the mayor will come up after Gary and say a few words. So, thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Jack. First of all, I do want to thank the Chamber for allowing us to host the event, and this is really awesome. And we do need a bigger space, I see. So a big thank you for all the hard work that you do to the Chamber, and as a local business owner in Holyoke who wants to expand, I want to thank you for everything you've done, and in particular, Kathy, for your leadership and everything that the Chamber has done to set up this evening's event. First of all, I want to thank my wife, Jane, who's here tonight, and my son, Jacob, who's here. He has a twin sister who's not here tonight. She's at gymnastics practice, but you kind of know what that's like. Our older son, Will, is here. He's 12. My family's been doing business in Holyoke for over 100 years. My great-grandparents in 1890 had a store on Lyman Street and a grocery store on High Street. And then later on, in 1926, my grandparents, Dorothy and Samuel Rome, had a haberdashery store on High Street, which they operated for 42 years. Excuse me, and they sold clothing to Holyoke, local Holyokers, and police and fire department, and HG and local town workers as well. In 1958, my father, Jerry Rome, owned a used car dealership on Bay Street, right next to the fire station. In '62, he bought this property here, which he developed as Jerry Rome Nissan. In 1997, I bought the property for my father and redeveloped it as Gary Rome Hyundai, and we've been here for 18 years. Last year, I bought the property to expand our operations, the property next door, which was Central Auto Sales. There were a lot of other older vehicles over there, and we cleaned that up and developed and expanded over there. So we have a long history in Holyoke. We've been doing business here for over 100 years. I also want to mention that as a local business owner, I'm here all the time with my dog, Jack. I'm not an absentee owner, so if you need me, I'm here all the time. I want to also briefly talk to you a little bit about our project. If you look around the showroom, you'll see there's a couple of renderings of what the new dealership will look like. And if everything goes well, we hope that a year from today, we'll have a new dealership and we'll be open for business. And we will keep this dealership on Main Street. This will continue to operate. So just to be clear about that. So we'll have 50 more full-time employees, hopefully local employees, and 25 part-time employees. Over $2 million that I'm paying HGE for the property. They tell me that that money, or some of that money, will go to clean up other properties in the city so we can attract even more business. In total, the investment will be over $10 million in the city of Holyoke. Some other benefits, of course, immediately the city will realize additional tax revenue from both properties. There'll be more tax revenue from the increased land value, building value. There'll be more excise tax as I expand the fleet. And there'll be more employees in Holyoke that'll be doing business with local Holyoke businesses. I have met with many of the neighbors, and I've talked to them, and I've asked them about their concerns, what's important to them, and I told them that I'll be very mindful of that as we develop our plan. Of course, most of those things we'll be talking about when we get the site plan review. But most of the neighbors that I've talked to so far have been in support of the project. Thank all the supporters that are here tonight, and I really appreciate that, and I hope that as we go forward that I can count on your support for our project. Tim Ferrer in particular was the spearhead of the project and really made everything work. One other thing, the mayor's going to come up and speak, but before, I just want to mention that before you leave, please get a gift bag. We have gift bags for everybody. And in the gift bag is Doc's uniform on it. Sorry if you're a Yankees fan, but what can I say? There is a rendering of the dealership, basically what I was talking about, the bullet points, the benefits of our project. And there's also a free car wash, and free oil change. And we service all makes and models, so feel free to contact our service department and we'll give you a free oil change and a free car wash. So I want to thank you very, very much for being here tonight, and I'd like to introduce our mayor.
It's great to see so many people here tonight. On behalf of the City of Holyoke, I wanted to come here and make sure that we express our full support for Gary's expansion here, not only on Main Street, but up on Whiting Farms Road. It always is a great thing to see businesses stay committed to the City of Holyoke. Gary and his family have been in not Gary personally, but have been in the city for over 100 years. We want to make it another 100 years. And so I look forward to working with City Council President Councilor Jordan and his colleagues on the City Council to make sure that the city government can do what it can to make sure that that expansion can happen. You heard it from Gary himself, at least 50 full-time jobs, and that's a considerable number of new jobs for our community, not to mention the increased tax base that'll help here in the city in the $2 million sale to HG&E, which number one, helps invest in other properties in the city, but also helps maintain low rates for electricity in the city of Holyoke as well. And so kudos to Gary Rome and his staff for their investment here in the city. It really does mean a lot. And of course, I mean, it's been great to see Gary and the staff here get more involved in the city, more involved in the Chamber of Commerce. They've continued to give back. I met Gary a few years ago outside the public library when he was donating a car to make sure we raised enough funds for the capital campaign of the library. And so day in and day out, him and his staff do more than stars. They make sure that we unite a community and make Holyoke a better place. And so on behalf of the city, I want to thank you for your investment. I want to thank Kathy Anderson of the Chamber of Commerce for her leadership, and as always, I think she deserves a round of applause for her tremendous leadership at the Chamber. But again, we look forward to Gary Rome filed for his zone change petition last night in the council, and we'll look forward to having you continue to support that publicly.